Hi everybody, once again it is Mike the Disgruntled Mechanic, and today I am doing a follow-up on the 2 Volts that I own, the 2011 and the 2017. I have had questions on each, so I decided to make a list, and I will now go through the list of questions and try to answer them as best as I can. Some of these are my opinion, my thoughts. Others may vary on their opinion, but we'll start and we'll see how it goes after this helicopter goes by. Now that the helicopter went by, I'm going to do something that I normally don't do. I'm going to have to read the questions off of a paper, and I'm also going to drink water rather than beer. Okay, let's get started. Question number 1. Which do I enjoy driving more, the 2011 or the 2017? I actually enjoy driving both of them. The 2017, the enjoyment when I drive that is the lane assist and all the little things that it has. If you want to put it on cruise control, the adaptive speed control and all that. With it having that really does make it pretty nice. But the 2011, I still like to drive that. Are the brakes better on the 2017? The 2011, one of the issues that some people said about is the braking. It seems like you have to press really hard on the brakes till it stops. It took some getting used to. And I know if you jump in the 2011 Volt and then jump in another vehicle, you can almost put yourself through the windshield because it's a different braking action. The 2017, I would say they're better than the 2011, but the 2011 never bothered me once I got used to it. One of the questions someone else asked, or observations they made on the 2011, was that they had to put the better headlights in because they didn't like the headlights that the 2011 had. They put LEDs in, I think they said. Myself, I never had a problem with these headlights. I actually thought that these headlights were slightly better than what other headlights were that I had drove with. That's just my thought. An interesting point that somebody brought up was, and this is one thing on the 2011 right after I got it, that I sort of wondered why they didn't do it, but there is no rear wiper on the 2011, on the windshield in the back, your rear window. I really think there should be. They didn't put one on the 2017 either. It is sort of annoying. Why they didn't, I don't know. Are the rear seats better? There seems to be more room in the 2017 than the 2011. I know from sitting in the back of the 2011 it is cramped, and other people have told me that. The 2017 I haven't really rode in, so I'm not 100% sure what they're like. The claim is by GM that there is more room. I haven't really sat in the back of it. I can go do it now, I guess, if you want, but I'm good with just saying that it is somewhat better. Does it have a bigger trunk or bigger space in the back? Once again, I haven't looked at the dimensions. I haven't measured it. It seems to have about the same. If it does have more, it certainly isn't a whole lot. It's not a whole lot. I mean, if you want me to get down to it, I could measure it and stuff, but there is no, I didn't, because there is like no noticeable difference to me. What was I offered for my 2011 Volt when I bought the, I'm about ready to slip off the stool, whoa, when I went to buy the 2017. Basically, it was around $6,500. It has 83,000 miles on it. That's about what it had then, and that was all that they wanted to give me for it, and to me it just wasn't worth it. One of the neat things about the 2011 that I did and I'd like to talk about, and if anybody has any interest, I'll do a video on that in my experience, was we actually got to go to the Volt Homecoming Parade on Woodward Drive in Detroit, Michigan with the Volt. I bought it in February. I think this event happened in August of 2011, and I bought mine in February of 2011. We went there. It was an awesome experience. I got to meet Bob Lutz. I got to meet the people who actually designed, engineered the Volt, and actually talked to them. It was a real neat time, one of the best experiences I ever had. If people want to hear a little more about it, I would certainly be more than happy to do that in another video. I sort of touched on this, but one of the other things is that I like in the 27 is the lane assist, and some other people mentioned with their 2017 they like that for driving. When I first got it and I didn't totally understand it, I really thought it was a pain in the ass, I'll be quite honest, because it was slowing down and I didn't know what it was doing. I had the cruise control on and it's slowing down, and of course, you know, you don't read instructions, you just hop in it and you just do it. Once I figured out what it was, it's pretty nice. It'll keep you out of trouble. It has kept me out of trouble. There was one or two near misses that I'm not sure if I'd have had the other Volt that it wouldn't have been a problem. So I like that. It's a very nice thing to have. Someone said the 2017 seats seem hard compared to the other Volt. Personally, I like the seats. One of the first things I did with mine was my 2017 when I got it was I took a ride to Tennessee, which was roughly a 12-hour drive. Pretty much did it straight through. I was going to see another YouTuber, Wyatt One Able. I had no issues. I liked them. There's not a lumbar support in it, not a movable one anyhow, but I actually had no problem with it, and I have no problem with the seats. One of the things that both of these vehicles do, the 2011 and the 2017, is if you run on electricity all the time on battery charge rather than running gas, which I do a lot, especially right now, because back and forth to work and just running around here, I can pretty much do my stuff on one charge, which is neat. So if the gas engine has not ran for a while, it will turn on the gas engine and burn some fuel. Even though you have electricity left or battery power left, it will do that. It will actually start up and run for a while to run some of that gas out. I don't think it runs all of it, but to run some of that gas out and run the gas engine. Now that my 2011 sets a little more, I'll hop in it sometimes. It'll have a full charge because I haven't ran it. It'll say it's going to go into service mode and run the engine for 10 minutes or something like that. The 2017, how does it take bumps compared to the 2011? I think they both ride pretty well. I'm used to a 2002 Duramax truck, and of course either one of them ride better than that. The 2011, when they first came out, some people were saying that they didn't like the handling. I never had a problem with the handling. Maybe I don't understand cars good enough sometimes and how they're supposed to act, but from some of the older vehicles that I have, they both handle and go very well. And you know, like I say, this stuff is my opinion, so take it with a grain of salt. I'm telling you what I think, and you know, I'm sure other people think differently. One of the cars that I had previously to my Volt was I had a 2008 Cadillac CTS all-wheel drive, 3.1 engine, I think, V6. And when somebody asked me what I thought about driving the Volt compared to the CTS, I said the Volt to me, the 2011 Volt, was as much fun to drive as that CTS was. Now for different reasons, but the 2011 Volt I just like. I enjoy driving it. I did since day one. I still enjoy driving it. When I go to work on a work day, I said it was the most enjoyable part of my day was riding the Volt to work. I used to ride my Harley to work all the time in the summer. I gotta admit, I take the Volt just because I enjoy driving it. I hate to say that in a way, but it's true. I mean, to all the people that ride their Harleys and stuff, I still like riding that too, but it's just now that I'm getting older, you know, it's nice to be in the vehicle and be in something that's comfortable and nice to drive. I should have looked this up. I apologize. I came unprepared for this. But there is different cooling systems on these vehicles, on the Volts, that cool the batteries, cool the engine. My understanding is there is a change interval when you are supposed to have those antifreezes or those fluids changed. I have not had it done on my 2011. There's 83,000 miles on it, as I said, and I have not had it done. It's probably something I should look into, because I want to say the service interval might have been like 50,000 miles, because I did look it up at one point, but I didn't write it down. So I apologize for that. The body style that I like. I really like the 2017, but out of the two, I will take the 2011. And the reason is, I think it's very unique. It's different than anything else that was out there. Some people absolutely hated the looks. But my 2017, it's sort of funny. There is a Honda something or other. I didn't really look at the name of it. But it's the same dark blue color. And they're sort of built the same and have the same styling. So it's not unique anymore. It's like other car styles. So me personally, my personal opinion, the 2011 styling I like and still do. And in the other video, I think I mentioned the black roof. You know, they only did that for a couple years, and I think that's unique, and I do like that. The 2011 Volt, you had to run premium gas. The recommendation was to run premium gas. They pretty much told you to. I'm not sure if it was because of the degradation of the fuel, or if it was just because of the fuel setting in there, or you know, the engine needed that extra octane. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't looked into it. Like I said, I'm no expert on these. I'm just telling you a little bit that I know and things about it. But the new 2017 Volt, it has a different engine in. I do know that. I don't know the liter sizes offhand. I could have did a little more research. You can look it up online if you want. But the 2017 Volt, you can burn any kind of gas in it at all. My understanding is, and I could be wrong, and I may be corrected in the comments, but you can even run the high ethanol content, or whatever it is, the E12 or 10 or but I did put some of that in, and only one tank, because we don't have it locally here that I know of. So, which one's faster? I would say the 2017 has more pep and will get up and go quicker than the 2011. They've done some improvements for sure, and that was one of the things when I test drove the 2017, which I pretty much bought it anyhow when I did the test drive, was I noticed the pickup and how well it just got up and went compared to the 2011. So that is one thing. It does seem to be faster, quicker. One person asked me about if I take the same trip to work every day, and I do take the same route most days. What I like about it is I get to work, I have close to work, I have a hill, and I can coast down the hill, and I get some battery energy back, more miles on the batteries. A video that I'd like to do, and please comment and let me know if you have interest on this, is one of the things I'm going to do is, or want to do, take each Volt, the 2017 and the 2011, start at home, actually show on camera how much battery I have. I'll have them both fully charged, what the mileage is, leave here, go to work, do some footage of my way to work in each one, and then when I end up at work, and how much they've regained in, or you know, how much they've lost in battery power, how much they regain, like when I start at the hill and I go down, and the difference between the two of them. I mean, that's something I'd like to do because it's something that I'd like to record and see. So I think that's going to be in a future video, especially if there seems to be interest in it. I think it would be pretty neat to do. I don't know, I don't know why I have this down, a hybrid mode. I'm not sure what the hybrid mode is. It's not like, they don't run like a Prius. When they're on electric, they're fully on electric. When the electric is gone and done, like I keep saying electric, battery power, electric, whichever. When that's done, then it goes strictly to engine. The engine will start, and you know, you run on gas until you charge again. So it's a totally different thing. One thing my 2011 does not have that the 27 has is what it's called like a conserve mode. So in the 2011, when you charge it, you leave home, you automatically use electric or battery power till it's gone. You have no say in the matter. It's just the way it is. With the 2017, and I have not used it yet because I don't do like city driving, they have what is called a conserve mode. If you're going to go into the city where the batteries tend to last longer than regular long trip driving, what you can do is on your trip to the city, you can actually put it on conserve mode that it saves your batteries, and it will actually leave home on the engine power. Then when you get to the city or where you're going that you want batteries, you can flick the switch to run on the batteries, which some people say that's a really cool feature for them. I haven't used it. Mine's usually, like I said, I go 12 miles to work and it's hills and everything like that. So I'm not sure if it would save or not. I'll have to try it sometime, but I've never tried it. But that does seem like a pretty neat thing. You can use the batteries when you think you're going to get the most out of them, so that works pretty well. That's pretty much all the questions that I had from the comments section. If anybody has any more, or they would like for me to answer more, I would be more than happy to do it. This is just what I had, so I'm going to post this and see what people think of it. Oh, one of the things I did forget to mention, I'm going to go back here, is if you look, I think you can see, if you look how low these cars set, you can actually see, it's pretty even here, that the 2017 is actually, you know, a little higher. But one of the things that people did complain about, and someone actually asked me about, and the scrape-o-matic. For some reason, they put a wind dam, or whatever you want to call, on the bottom here of these. And it's rubber, so it gives and everything, but any little bounce that you go over, that thing hits. And it's separated. It's, like I said, it's rubber and it is separated, but it'll come apart, and they got scraped up. Supposedly GM, if you ask them, would have put a shorter one on, but you know, you don't really see it. Mine's probably about shot, so from being rubbed, I don't worry about it too much, but that is another thing. So anyhow, let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, do whatever. And like talking about my volts, could do it all day long. So anyhow, this is Mike, the Disgruntled Mechanic, saying just remember, if you can get somebody else to do it, you're probably better off. Thanks for watching. See ya.